China's Xi threatens catastrophic consequences if China is confronted. They just seem like the friendliest people out there. This is American Military News. During a speech before the virtual-only Davos World Economic Forum, Xi said that the world needs to move away from what he called the Cold World mentality. Xi also appeared to criticize Western nations, which have been adopting economic policies and forming alliances around countering China. For example, the U.S. has adopted the Uyghur Forced Labor Act to bar imports from China's Xiping region, which are suspected to being produced through the forced labor of Uyghur population. The U.S. has also stated that international efforts like the Clean Network, which seeks to build network infrastructure using only trusted technology companies while excluding companies like China's Huawei. In September, the U.S., Australia, and UK also formed a new defense and technology sharing agreement aimed at bolstering Australia's military capabilities in the Indo-Pacific region. Danielle, thoughts?
Look, he's got until November, and he's going to do everything he can before the 20th People's Congress to bolster support for himself, not externally, but internally. And I think we need to understand the difference between the two, because in 2015, 2016, there was a global industrial recession. The manufacturing sector worldwide got slammed. China pumped a ton of money into the global economy. Mm-hmm. Xi Jinping's looking for an unprecedented third term, which he hopes to become a dictatorship when the 20th People's Congress convenes in November. Now, he was born, the actual date of the Congress is a very closely held secret. It's announced very close to the date of it opening. He was born in the year of the snake. People born in the year of the snake, October is a very unlucky month, and the Chinese believe in their lunar calendar deeply. So I say that sometime around November or so, all this tough talk is going to go away. All he wants to make sure is that he retains his dictatorship. So the more he says about the West, and the West being the bad guys, the more popular he is on the mainland, and that's what he cares about.
Does he stand the chance of losing?
There are enemies within, and there are some people who have criticized his attack of the billionaires and having gone too far in destroying wealth in China. And there are indeed in his own party those who don't want to see this third on. This is like FDR.
Yeah.
This is an FDR moment for China. There's never been a third term. So he's trying to exert himself within the party, by breaking through barriers that have never been broken through in the Communist Party.
John, do you have an opinion on this?
I will not bloviate about what I haven't researched, so no.
Okay, I like that word, bloviate. Go ahead.
I just want to follow up to Danielle. You're saying are they limited to 2 terms in China? Here it is in the United States, or is this
it is
an
typically
anomaly?
it is typically 2 terms. This is the 20th Congress, but yes, and they come together every 6 years. But this will effectively ensure the strong leader who he has become remains in this position.
And how long are
and
the
he's
terms?
been brutal with his enemies.
How long
6
are the
years.
terms? So there's 6 and not 4 years in the United States. So he's been in power, you're saying 12 years, and he's looking for another 6. So it'll be 18 years.
And the Chinese economy is at a 30-year low growth rate. 30-year low.
And that's because of COVID, or why?
It's because the country itself has reached its limits in terms of its capacity to be the marginal consumer of 50% of commodities on the planet. It's got a demographic problem. We talked about that earlier. And the growth is simply slowing. So any and all stimulus that's going to be put into the economy this year is going straight to the people. Ray Dalio's been talking his book lately, and he's been saying, it's common prosperity. That's what they call it, this common prosperity push, the campaign. It's a great thing for the people of China. Well, just wait and see what happens after he succeeds, if he succeeds in November, and then all the stimulus goes poof.
Look, layman terms over here, I don't think there's any chance that he does not succeed. He's a complete strong man, and look at where China's at right now. You seem to be skeptical of him actually winning, quote-unquote, re-election. Again,
there are people underneath him. You have to, it is traditional right now in China for you to name your successor. Mm-hmm. That is, even if he takes the unprecedented third term, he didn't name his successor last time around, meaning, I plan on being here.
Yeah, I don't think
Get
he's
used to
going
me.
anywhere.
And that's what, critically, that's what he and Putin have in common, is that they're going to be around with their countries and with a common enemy of the United States.
Who's around longer, Putin or Xi, in power? Who's around longer?
Putin's not going anywhere.
It doesn't seem like Xi is either, no.
Well, we'll see come November.
Pat, do you have any feelings on whether Xi makes it this third term or not?
I mean, the way it's looking like what he's doing, but she's talking about a system. So 6-2, it hasn't happened. I don't know. This guy seems like he is a true believer in what he believes in, and he is one that imposes himself amongst
Brutally.
his people, and people are scared of this guy extremely. By the way, the other day, you saw how Enes Kanter came out and called out China again on what they said about Uyghurs and all this other stuff. Then
Shamat had
not only what
strong
Shamat
comments
had to
about the
say, no, not what Shamat had to say, because Enes was disappointed with what Shamat had to say
Yeah.
on the podcast. But Yao Ming came out and said, I don't know who this Enes Kanter freedom person is, but guess what? If you want to come to China, we'd love to show you this country.
Stop it.
And show you there it is. He says, but if he wants to see the real China, come on down. By the way, here's what I'll say. If Enes decides to go to China, I would join him on that trip to go to China.
You and Enes Kanter.
I would join him. I would
And
join
his freedom.
because to validate a point. Let's go see how great of
Well,
a place that
here's
is.
what I can guarantee.
Yeah.
There is a higher likelihood that Enes Kanter freedom goes to China than he goes to Turkey.
You're so funny. You're so funny. Okay, maybe you know what we'll do? Here's an idea. Because I know this guy that likes to travel. Maybe we'll go check out the volleyball team in China with John Stossel. and we'll do some investigative journalism together. What do you think about that? Are you open to it?
No.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.